Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to It's Still Real to Me. I'm your host, John Kucher, aka Johnny Fashion. With me in the flesh, Big Bad Harmon. What's going on, homeboy?
What's going on?
Not much. It's very late.
It is very late.
Yeah, this is like past your bedtime.
Way.
Yeah. You're going to bed soon. So we're gonna make this quick. Gonna do a little mini episode, little paving the road to Wrestlemania kind of thing. Nothing really significant happened this week, I don't think, but we're just gonna dabble a little bit. We've got Roadblock coming up in like 2 weeks.
I think that's what happened this week. We got roadblocked.
We did get roadblocked. We got cockblocked.
Cockblocked by the roadblock.
Yes. So we can discuss Roadblock a little bit. So far,
Roadblock, all the matches you wanted to see at WrestleMania.
right. Little teaser. So we've got well, we'll start kind of at the bottom. We got Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt, which seems like they just kind of forgot about that feud, and they were like, "Oh yeah, shit, this could still be something." So let's just put this on.
Like, we already gave Brock to Ambrose in WrestleMania, but we had a thing with Bray. Crap, do it at Roadblock.
Right. What is going on here? This is so weird. Like they're just like mixing feuds together and not finishing anything. It's just classic.
Well, it's probably because Triple H is being champion and booking at the same time.
Right.
He's like, I should book myself real strong. Crap, there's a whole roster that I should book too.
Yeah. So,
but I got to make sure Stephanie gets her 10 minutes on air too. So
yeah. So obviously, I think Brock, just takes this. He's got to look strong going into Mania, and Bray.
Yeah, I'm done.
Done with the Wyatts.
I'm done with the Wyatts.
Yeah.
They never win, so I never think they're gonna win now. So
right.
I've spent way too much time wishing and hoping for the Wyatts to win matches and become something strong, and it's just not gonna happen. So Brock wins. He's probably gonna squash. He's gonna squash every member.
Yeah, which is too bad.
Just squash him.
Because like Luke Harper's a legit, should be a legit threat. The guy's a hell of a worker. The guy, when he does get the chance to talk, he's got a good voice. He can talk. Yeah. He's got a good image. The guy can really go, but it's gonna be lame if as part of a 4-man squad, they can't take down Lesnar 4-on-1. Like, come on.
You've got these guys are all
just monsters,
just 6'5", 6'10" beasts, and they're gonna get the floor cleaned with them.
Yeah.
Their beards will be mopping the canvas.
Yeah. I liked Bray. I know you didn't see it, but I liked Bray's little, kind of backstage promo on Raw. It was great. In a scenario where they were being pushed, it would have been epic. But it's just the same old bullshit now. Yep. It's the same old bullshit. He's talking about him being insane and his mind maybe saving the world and all this stuff. And it's like, this is awesome stuff. And Bray keeps delivering on his end, but it doesn't fucking go anywhere. And that's the problem.
At all. Doesn't go anywhere at all. And yeah, there's no reason to get behind the Wyatts at all.
What are they doing at WrestleMania? They're not doing shit at Mania, right? They haven't even been booked yet.
I heard a rumor that they're going to be the main force in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Oh, who gives a shit about that?
Right?
Nobody cares about that.
The Andre the Giant Battle Royal at WrestleMania is like the participation trophy.
Yeah, pretty much. They've done it, twice? 2 years now?
Yeah, because
Show last year.
Yeah, Show last year, Cesaro the year before.
Yeah, and when Cesaro won it, it was awesome.
Yeah, because he picked up Big Show.
Right, and then Show won it last year, and we're like, this sucks. But the thing is, it doesn't go anywhere. The winner of that doesn't get anything except a trophy, and they don't even get a push.
No, because Cesaro should have got a push 2 years ago. And
right,
it didn't happen.
Yeah, he kind of got booked with Heyman, and they did a weird thing, and then that just fizzled out, and there was no explanation of why it fizzled out or how it fizzled out. It was just one night.
Well, because Vince thinks he's a little too European.
Well, he is very European. That's the thing, and that's kind of what's awesome.
Yeah, he's also fucking awesome.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I love battle royals, and I don't mind the Andre the Giant Battle Royal because you get to see everybody, but For God's sakes, make it mean something. Ugh.
I wonder which NXT guy will be in it this year.
Yeah, it was
last
Tommy,
year,
right?
Last year they had a Tommy in there.
It'd be cool if Balor was in it, but I don't know.
I think it'll be somebody like Apollo Crews or something.
Yeah, it'd be somebody like a fan favorite, maybe. It's gonna be a face. It can't be like Joe. Maybe it could be Joe.
Ooh.
Joe would be cool.
Yeah,
because he's kind of like he's a heel, but he's like also very well liked by everybody.
Yeah, because
he's Samoa Joe.
It'd be cool if it was Joe, because then you could possibly have him in there with AJ or Kevin Owens or
and you could build stuff like that.
Yeah. God forbid you use that match to build a storyline.
Oh, yeah. Let's not do that.
Sorry. I'm speaking out of turn.
No. But I don't know. AJ in that would be. I mean, I don't know. See, that's even now. I'm thinking about these guys. And I'm like, that's beneath him now. But I don't know. Maybe not. But it sure seems it. I'm sure that at that point in time, there'll be him and Y2J will be going for the titles or something, which is
Are they getting a title shot at Roadblock?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe
it's not announced yet.
Yeah,
but that very well could happen. And then.
But we do have a tag match at Roadblock.
We do have a tag match at Roadblock. The Revival, formerly Dash and Wilder, formerly the Mechanics, versus Enzo and Cass. I like this match. I think that's cool. Get these two teams on kind of a stage with some of the big guys, Brock and Bray and Ambrose and Triple H. So yeah, I mean, and
it's for the NXT Tag Team Championship, so it'll be a good match.
Yeah. See how these guys
is this how Enzo and Cass finally, become champions before they, move off to the main roster eventually, or what?
Oh, I don't think any title changes hands on this rinky-dink thing, this event.
No?
I don't think so. I think this is just a filler that they're just like, oh shit, we got some time to kill. And I mean, because this is just like a WWE Network exclusive kind of thing. So this isn't like a pay-per-view. It
started out as just the Toronto house show.
Right.
And now it's become a
thing,
a named thing. It's got its own poster, for Christ's sake.
It was called, before it was called Roadblock, it was called something else. It was called I don't know, Walk to Mania or something. I don't know.
It was originally titled March to Wrestlemania.
WrestleMania,
live from Toronto.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I don't see the titles changing hands. I think the Revival keeps it for some. I mean, they're doing a fine job holding it. Enzo and Cass, I know you like to kind of use this phrase a lot about a lot of people like Bray and stuff. I think Enzo and Cass they're a team that they just don't need the belts right now. They're so over with everybody, and they'll be perfectly fine moving on to the main roster without the belts. That's
what it is. That's how they're booking Dean Ambrose. He's so over, he doesn't need a championship.
Well, that's a little bit different story.
It doesn't work for everybody?
No, and we can talk about that too, because I know we want to make this quick, but so Triple H versus Ambrose is on the card. Which is another odd pairing because Ambrose is facing Brock at Mania, and they're playing off this whole Reigns has a broken nose thing, which is kind of lame.
It's going to be nice to see a match of the final two from the Royal Rumble, though. I mean, these were the last two guys in the Royal Rumble, and, let's see how they do, fresh guy versus fresh guy, not a guy who came in at 13 or 17 like Ambrose did, and after he'd already fought a match with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, last man standing match.
Yeah. Your man has to deal with Triple H, who comes out at number 30. So he said it to Triple H. He says, you can't beat me.
Yeah.
I'll get back up. You can't beat me. I bet you a sledgehammer to the face says otherwise. But.
Sure, because I've seen many times where Ambrose can't get back up. Ambrose is getting just pounded. But I don't know, man. I think if this was on a bigger card, if it was Ambrose versus Triple H at Mania, I might see the Ambrose take this. Maybe I don't know, maybe not at Mania, but at a different thing. I think Triple H is kind of selfish around Mania, but Sting. Ambrose is so over right now, over.
He can't do anything wrong right now.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. If you didn't think that this was going to happen, then you're crazy. I saw Ambrose being big like this 2 years ago. I was like, this guy's gonna be fucking huge, absolutely huge. And I think the lack of Daniel Bryan has obviously helped Ambrose's, value. But Ambrose is just so good. Like, he's so money on the mic. Like, every time he gets the mic in his hands, I'm like instantly intrigued. I'm just like, this is amazing.
Yeah. And I for me, it kind of started probably Mania last year when he took that big bump off the ladder. It was like, that guy's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke Harper, like, threw him through a ladder.
Yeah.
Like, cut his head wide open, and he still had a good match. And then, like, just a couple weeks later, a month or two later, he was wrestling in a ladder match for the title.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, against Rollins. And that's the thing, man. Ambrose is that guy. Like, he'll do whatever you want. He'll do a ladder match against Rollins. He'll do
a Chicago street fight against
Harper.
Luke Harper.
Yeah, and like, that's the thing. He kind of bounces back and forth. I think that he's like kind of at the top now, and that getting him in the title picture is a good sign. But he was the IC champ like just a month ago. So it's like he does very well at the mid card level, and he does very well at the top level as well. So hopefully he stays near the top. And he's the guy doing the work. And I feel like Reigns is the guy getting all this benefit from.
Yeah.
Like, Reigns is like, I'm going to take a couple weeks off. I got this broken nose, which he doesn't have, which is like a complete planned thing.
Right. He had like elective surgery because he broke his nose a while ago, and it healed wrong. Sure.
And so Ambrose was like, oh, fuck it. Well, I'll wrestle every night,
Right.
And it's just funny, man, how they treat the two. Like, they really want Reigns to be the champ, and like for people to like Reigns, and it's just not happening. But people love Ambrose, and
it's
and I don't know how they feel.
It's kind of like you ever been to a party and this girl like really is pushy and like trying to like be the girl that gets your attention, and you just want nothing to do with her. You keep looking at the other girl across the room. Ambrose is that other girl.
Yeah.
Nobody else is really paying attention to her, but caught your eye.
Yeah, sure.
But the one all your buddies are saying, hey, she's single. Hey, she's single. You're like, nope, don't want nothing to do with her.
Yeah. But I don't think all of our buddies are saying, hey, Reigns, like, check out Reigns. Reigns sucks. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, Reigns doesn't suck. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, Vince,
Vince is our buddies. I got you.
They're saying, hey, look at this guy, big handsome fella, gonna make a great champion. Yeah. And we're like, no, we like the scrappy guy over here.
Yeah, and I've said this so many times. Like, I don't mind Reigns. I think he will be a good champ. I think it's fine. Someday, but we just don't want him right now. Like, we want fucking Dean Ambrose. We want Ambrose holding that strap.
Why have they made Dean Ambrose go from, he's been a U.S. title holder, he's been an Intercontinental Championship holder.
Yep.
With Reigns, they never did any of that.
He was tag team champs with Rollins. But
skip the rest of that. You're gonna go right to the top, kid. You're going right to the top.
Yeah, and it's just, that's a great point, man. I've never liked that. You think of all like the really good champs, like they've all worked their way up. Stone Cold, Bret Hart, they all had somebody in front of them at the time. They were the IC champ,
right. And the only one that's in there not now that hasn't been IC champ is Cena.
Right.
But he's been US champ
multiple times.
And he does a hell of a job with that belt.
Yep. So, I mean, it's definitely something to be said there to be able to carry a belt and be able to carry a championship. And like Reigns, I don't know if he can do it right now.
He's now what? He's a three-time champ. Yeah. And
he'll win at Mania. He'll win at Mania.
Right. And like, he's had the belt twice now, and the reception has been lukewarm at best, I think. Yeah. Maybe if he had a run as U.S. champ, give him some time with a belt as the man on top of a certain tier of guys, to work his craft. He's just kind of not there yet, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to like paying your dues. It's like the guy hasn't paid his dues, and it's not his fault. They're telling him to do it. Like that. That's kind of like the thing that gets misconstrued a lot is like that. I don't think people generally hate Reigns. I just think that people don't like where he is in the pecking order, and they don't like that he's just always at the top vying for that title if he doesn't have it, or that he is the champ. And it's like, he's not Daniel Bryan. Like, you guys are trying to make him out to be Daniel Bryan. He is, this storyline is the exact same thing as Daniel Bryan, and I'm so sick of it because it's so old. It's like, we get it. There's an authority figure.
Right.
They're blatantly named the Authority, and you have this guy who's trying to get the championship, but they keep knocking him down and knocking him down. But this is the exact same story 3 years ago. Daniel Bryan.
I know you're saying it's a tired story, but I don't think it's not so much the story, and the story is exactly the same. It has to do with the guy. Daniel Bryan was an underdog. I mean, he was short, he was hairy, he was just not the guy you thought.
And he's the guy who's paid his dues too. He did He's wrestled for 10 years.
And then you've got Roman Reigns, who looks the part, doesn't have
a big dude.
He's a big dude. You know, he's what Vince likes in a champion, a big, physical guy, and he's
WWE homegrown too.
Right.
He didn't go to the indies and wrestle for 10 years and scrape by and travel from town to town.
He's a legacy. He's a legacy guy whose family has been wrestling since Hawaii was an island, for Christ's sakes.
Right.
I mean, since it first popped out of the ocean,
sure,
there have been Samoans wrestling on it.
Sure. And I mean, fans are smarter nowadays, man. We see right through this shit.
People know that Ambrose came from the indies and was an absolute maniac.
Yeah, just taking saws to his head and CCW, and
all right, if you give me an extra $50, I'll go through this flaming table.
Right.
But Reigns doesn't have a backstory like that.
Nope.
People knew that Seth Rollins came from ROH. He was champion there. He used to wear really tight trunks. People knew him, and I think that gives the hardcore fans, something to grab onto. Like, oh, I remember seeing this guy then, and you just don't have that with Reigns. People might have seen him back in the early days of NXT or FCW when he was kind of cool. He was an asshole.
Yeah.
He used to wear the jackets, and he was going somewhere. He was pretty much the Rock from Ballers, but a dink.
Yeah. I've never seen that.
Yeah. He was like a sports guy kind of, he was the all-star,
Yeah.
He was that wicked dink about it. So,
yeah.
And he did it pretty good.
Nice.
But and that just goes back to me. I think everybody should probably be a heel before they're a babyface.
Yeah.
Unless they're an absolutely fantastic babyface to start out with, and people like them for that. I think it's way easier to get over as a heel first.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree entirely. And I mean, I don't know, man. I think that they've just dropped the ball so many times with so many things, and it's unfortunate because I like Reigns. I think he's probably a good dude, and he probably doesn't deserve to get booed after, winning a Royal Rumble or getting booed after winning the championship. That should be an awesome moment. And
people shouldn't be cheering for Triple H as he's smashing.
Yeah,
smashing Roman Reigns through a table.
I will say this though, Triple H looks pretty fucking cool right now though. Like on Raw, he looked pretty awesome. I was like, I've never been like a huge Triple H mark. My wife is the Triple H mark in this family, but he looked pretty BA the other day, just on Raw, just like smashing Roman Reigns, and the crowd is so into it, and you can tell like Triple H is into it too. He was like, "Fuck yeah, this is
why I wrestle once a year."
Yeah, this is 2002 all over again. This is fucking awesome, So, good on Triple H, I guess, in that aspect. But man, it's just, I think it's bad for business. I think that if you really want Roman Reigns to be successful, just don't force it, man. Don't push it so much. Just let it go, and just turn him heel or just do something. The crowd boos him anyway. Just turn him heel. Just let him get that heat. That's it. Have him put on that goofy smile and piss people off. That's all you got to do. Like, he'll turn. They got to turn him at some point. They got to turn him against Ambrose. Something's got to be done.
It would get some heat on the guy.
Yeah.
You can't even let a match under this fucking guy right now.
Yeah.
He's just so protected, so squeaky clean. So it's
yeah. He's so squeaky clean that his hair's wet, like all the time.
All the time. He's the wettest human being on the planet.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, that was Roadblock. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I'll be more excited the day of, but I'm not like too excited just because I don't feel.
First of all, where's Kevin Owens' match? Huh?
There is no Kevin Owens match. Guys,
where's AJ Styles' match?
Yeah, they'll do something with those guys. They'll build them up. I don't know what's going on with Owens. What's he been doing lately?
I don't know.
Nothing too important.
He's been feuding with the Big Show. They've been giving each other.
Oh, that's right.
Count shots.
Countouts. Yeah.
Yeah. They hit each other on the nuts with a rope, and then they count each other out.
Yeah, that's a great. It's a great angle. That's a great way to get Kevin Owens over. But the funny thing is he's actually making it work.
Yeah,
and
it's funny because when he wrestles Big Show, he wrestles Big Show like Big Show's a giant.
Yeah, because he's good. Because Kevin Owens is the fucking man.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing out there.
He's just so good.
He is so good. Like this next crop of guys, man, are so good if they're just used right. Like the only thing stopping this next crop is like basically Vince right now. Like is just putting the roadblock. See what I did?
Yeah.
Putting the roadblock on WWE right now.
I'm hoping for a brand split after Mania.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I'm not against it. I just haven't really given it too much thought. There's just a lot of guys that
there's a lot of good guys that aren't being used right now.
Yeah.
Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
Damian Sandow, Fandango. I mean, I like these guys who can wrestle and they have a character already.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler Breeze. Have you seen his YouTube channel?
I haven't yet.
It's been funny.
I've been really wanting to watch it. Yeah. Maybe I'll watch a little bit tomorrow or something. Yeah.
You know, it kind of goes in line with like some of, remember some of Fandango's like backstage interviews and stuff. And
yeah.
I watched like Main Event from like 2 years ago, and he had like a thing backstage with Renee Young where he was like flirting with Renee Young.
Yeah.
And then what's her face? Summer Rae was like, don't even think about it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and Renee Young was just like, what just happened?
How are those two guys now a tag team?
Tyler Breeze and Fandango?
Yeah.
They'd be hilarious. They really would be.
Yeah, make it happen. I don't know, man, like this whole like resurgent, or not resurgent, but like I guess like this whole thing of social outcasts, like that's gold. Like stuff like that. Those guys are great. Like and I like
and it gives them something to do, you know?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I don't want to see the same 5 people every week. You know, it really gets stale.
Yeah, I mean, as good
and
as
I know how thin the roster is right now, but if you think about it, it's really not. It's really not.
Yeah, they just got to put some effort into like doing something with these guys.
Right. And that's what it is. It's a lack of fucking effort.
Yeah, and like you're resorting to watching Main Event, which is too bad.
The matches are good.
The matches are pretty good. But it's funny, you take those matches and you put them on Raw or even SmackDown. SmackDown's getting much better. Ronaldo's making it.
He gets excited about the matches, and he calls the matches, and he's not he's no JR. He's not selling and putting guys over like JR did.
No, but he's just like knowledgeable, and he knows what moves are called.
Yeah, he knows what moves are called. He talks about the match, and he is doing his part in to putting people over and stuff. And
he's great. I think he's nothing but a breath
I'm so tired of the Raw announce team. JBL and Michael Cole. They don't talk about the matches.
No,
they talk amongst themselves and pimp the WWE Network.
Yeah, that's all they do. It's just a promo machine. The only thing I do like is that Kevin Owens gets in Michael Cole's face.
Oh, when Kevin Owens is on commentary,
he's way better than all three of them.
Yeah, he's keep telling them, watch the match, do your job. Tell us what's going on in the match.
Yeah, and
he'll start doing it. It's like, thank you.
Yeah, he's great.
I mean, could you imagine Stone Cold being as hot as he was if Michael Cole had been doing all of his intros and stuff and not JR?
I know.
We wouldn't have got, Stone Cold. Yeah. Stone Cold.
Well, that's the thing. They don't have any like coined things anymore that are cool.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he's going to be fighting Bret Hart tonight.
Yeah. The only thing that
JBL would be going, I like that Steve Austin.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of that they have that's kind of coined, but it's like super lame, is like JBL's isms, like where he's like Big Match John and Big Red, and like he just comes up with like the
check that out, Maggle.
Yeah, he just has like the stupidest sayings that don't make any kind of sense. So I don't know. It's a weird time in wrestling right now. That being said, I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. And I'm not quite sure about this Roadblock. I think it's ironic that it's called Roadblock because it's kind of like
you know what? I kind of like that it's on a Saturday night.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
I can stay up and watch it and not have to worry about going to work the next morning.
Yeah, that's refreshing. It reminds me of like watching a Saturday night main event back in the day when I was, like 10 or something. That always felt like had a different feeling to it. I'm like, oh, this is kind of a cool event, and I don't have school tomorrow. This is awesome, And
I've been watching more and more stuff on in the vault on the network.
Yeah.
And the simplicity of some of the older stuff makes it way better.
Fantastic.
Than it is. Yeah. I miss like backstage vignettes, or a pre-match promo.
Yeah.
Tell us why these guys are fighting each other.
Yeah.
Maybe
give us a little pop-up window where the Mountie is talking some shit.
Right.
Do it.
Maybe just an example. Let's say, you have Stardust fighting Bo Dallas. Okay. And before the match, Stardust was like, that Bo Dallas, he took my parking space when we got here, and I was forced to park 30 rows away.
Right.
So I'm gonna get him tonight. Just
give me something.
Just something.
Yeah.
Because when you have a Curtis Axel versus R-Truth in the middle of your last pay-per-view, people go, huh?
What? Is this really happening right now? What is this?
Was this supposed to be on the pre-show?
Right. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah. Awkward.
There was just no reason for it.
Yeah.
Nothing told you why that match should happen.
No, that somebody didn't show up that day. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
one of the matches got over way too quick. They were like, oh, you said 15 minutes. I thought you said 5.
Right. Who do we have? Truth is here. And let's use one of the outcasts.
Axel, get off fucking catering tables.
Yeah, stop eating, Axel. Yeah. Put your trunks on. Anyway, man, you got anything else for this? I'm ready to wrap this up. I'm not,
I am too. I'm ready to finish my beer and go to bed.
Finish beers and go to bed. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. It's a quick one tonight, but thanks for popping in anyway. And check us out. Our new Twitter handle at ISR2M podcast. I'm at Johnny Fashion. Harmon, what about you?
I'm at Harmon316.
Sweet. Check out.
I like to butt into people's Twitter fights. I like, especially, Smoky Mountain Wrestling or...
Oh, yeah.
I like to get it on Jock Sampson's feuds and back him up. We've had Missy Hyatt tweeting at us.
Yep.
And, it's just a good time. Just
man.
Get on it.
Yeah, it's fun. We're a fun Twitter follow.
We have a little bit of news about our buddy Ray Lloyd. He's got a project coming. It looks like he's got a documentary they're working on.
Yeah.
We're not sure when that's going to start or if it's already started, but eventually, we'll have him on to talk about that. So.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Ray. What else we got? Smartandmark.com. Go to smartandmark.com.
Yeah.
Go there, check it out.
Download some of our stuff, would you?
Yeah, download some podcasts and read some columns. We've got a lot of talented writers over there. Panda's been putting in the work. Josh has been doing the NXT reviews. Who else? We got the dudes from England over there. They're writing about some New Japan stuff. Check it out.
Nobody on our team gets paid for this. We all do this,
we do this
because we're fans.
Yeah.
I drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to get up here so I can be face to face with my partner because he moved so far away.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sorry.
we have Dave joining us from
Seattle.
Seattle. Why? Because he loves this.
Yeah.
We're not paying anybody to do anything. We're not
asking for money.
We're not sponsored, but we do have a PayPal donate button on the page.
We do. If you want, go for it.
I mean, if you just want to keep the page up, I'm sure Josh would love to get some, a couple pennies to, keep our domain name open.
We've got a Redbubble store. If you guys want some Smart and Mark shirts or something like that, or stickers or whatever, we got some stuff like that too. So Yeah,
Like you don't need an It's Still Real to Me coffee mug.
that I should get one of those.
Or a throw pillow. You can get a throw pillow.
I don't think I need that.
You don't want to rest your face on a chubby fat man crying?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Because if I did, then I don't know. Can you cry tonight?
Hey, I'm locking the door.
Locking the door. All right. Well, thanks for checking us out, guys, and talk to you soon.
Bye.
Peace out, y'all.